In this video, we're trying to decide the best way to make a sizzle cymbal by comparing rivets, chains, and other methods, because sometimes it makes sense to buy a product to solve the problem, while other times it's best to just do it yourself. I'm Kevin Zahner, and welcome to Rhythm Notes. The question is to drill holes or to not drill holes. If you want rivets, you need holes. If you don't want holes, you'll need to go with another option like a beaded chain. So in the following examples, I'll start with drilling holes and then move on to options that don't require altering any cymbals. So let's compare some sizzle cymbal solutions. I learned this paperclip hack from my friend John. It's not as intense as some of the rivet options, and it's readily available with several different gauges. The gauge is the thickness of the stock. All I did here was reshape the paperclip to get some contact with the cymbal and bend the other end to ensure it stays in. The paperclips fall out in cymbal bags from time to time, so I always have a couple of paperclips in my stick bag. I got this Zildjian swish when I was a kid and used it as a china with no rivets until I started playing big band jazz and learned how to use it properly. That's when I decided it was time for rivets, so I bought some bifurcated rivets by accident, and I've used them on many of my projects ever since. In the past, I've always drilled holes in cymbals by pushing down hard with a handheld drill and just hope for the best. Well, I recently acquired a drill press, so I figured it was time to level up my overall process. I really think this cymbal needs 3 rivets. Let's mark where they should go. Use the punch to guide the drill bit and make the holes. If you're installing 1 rivet, or 3 in this case, establish the top and bottom of the cymbal by spinning it on a stand until it lands in its resting spot. This is where the cymbal is going to sit throughout most of its use on a stand as a ride or a crash. It might also help to play it a little bit to make sure it's seated in the right place. I like the rivets at about the 1 or 2 o'clock position in relation to where I'm playing the cymbal. Have you installed rivets in your cymbals? Tell us what type and what you think of them in the comments below. These rivets will stay in the cymbal if you spread the two ends. I've found that most of the time I can use a large screwdriver to spread the split ends. Occasionally I've had to finish it off with some needle nose pliers. If you don't want to drill any holes, you can use a chain. And although we'll hear what a chain that's designed for cymbals sound like, let's try something common around the house, in this case, a pull chain. The first thing I do is determine how long I want the chain and then make a loop to lay on top of the cymbal. If the chain isn't staying on the cymbal, you can loop it around the cymbal post and in between the felts. And if you don't have a pull chain, try stringing together several paper clips. Now let's try the Bacon. This is a chain made by Meinl, and it's designed to make your cymbal sizzle like bacon in a pan. This is really making me hungry. And the Cymbal Bacon isn't the only chain made for cymbals. You can find others with different sized beads for different levels of excitement. A coin taped to the cymbal makes a sizzle sound, or at least I've seen someone use this method before. Let's try it out. This coin taped to the cymbal actually sounds better than I thought it would. I'm not going to start taping coins to all of my cymbals to get a sizzle sound, but if it's all I had, it would be the sizzle sound in that session. This one is just fun and dirty. Goat nails or dry jingles, whatever you have for percussion toys, can be added to your cymbals to make new sounds, including some sizzle. If you want to mess up your beat with some welcomed chaos in your cymbal sound, top them off with a percussion instrument or a set of car keys. You know, maybe you don't have some of these percussion instruments, but surely you have, a set of keys laying around. So let us know in the comments below if you DIY or buy, and what things do you use to enhance your cymbal sound. I personally do a little bit of both and try to keep my mind open to whatever comes up next. So let's compare some of the sizzle. So let's compare Sizzle Cymbal Solutions. Sizzle Cymbal Solutions. Sizzle